Today I'm going to show you guys how to do, wait for it, the formation flip or audible into auto motion inverted hot route tactic. AKA the hot route glitch. This is going to be a lot to unpack. This has been in the game for a very long time, and at first I thought it was a glitch and I for sure thought it was going to get patched, but it turns out it has survived the test of time. It is still in the game as of January the 4th, the time of this recording. So I'm going to display for you guys how to do this whole formation flip into audible into auto motion inverted hot route tactic, aka a super dope hot route glitch that involves auto motion plays. I will verbally talk about this to start, and then I will go ahead and put it on display for you guys so that way you guys know how to actually do it in a game setting. Also, I'm going to be extremely nice and I'm going to put how to do this down below in the description of this video, the step-by-step process, so that way you have a visual of it as well if you're trying to go ahead and practice it in practice mode or against your friend or in game setting if you have the balls to do that. So let's go ahead and explain to you guys how this works. So as mentioned, this has to do with auto motion plays. And what I mean by auto motion plays, motion cross posts, which I broke down a money play from yesterday. Go check that video out. As you can see, the little light blue on that route means that that player goes into motion from one side of the field to the other. The ball gets snapped when the player reaches the other side of the field. Now in this game, whether it was intentional or not, you are able to go ahead and when you call a play with auto motion and you either flip it or you audible into another formation that has auto motion, and your auto motion player travels to the other side of the field when the formation flips, you are essentially able to flip the hot route that you put the receiver on. Meaning that if I wanted to go ahead and put my outside receiver in motion cross post on a drag route, I can do that. When I flip the formation, I have to immediately put him on that drag route, and the drag route will kind of turn into like a speed out route or a speed drag route in this case. And as displayed in yesterday's video, if you audible from one formation, bunch tight end weak, into bunch X nasty, and you audible into an auto motion play, motion cross post, and the auto motion player flips to the other side of the field, you were able to do this as well, just like I showcased for you guys yesterday. Oh, and by the way, you can do this with that, you can do that with this play right here too. The RPO alert zone alert in Bunch X Nasty. So yeah, you can get kind of freaky with this. So that is just the tip of the iceberg with this. There's so many different auto motion plays in this game that you can go ahead and either audible into or maybe flip. Now, this is not only done with wide receivers. You can actually do this with running backs. And this is what I was actually doing this tactic with to begin with, is with running backs out of doubles flex. Because you can do this, as you can see here, motion dig under has that running back on the auto motion. If you have the formation flip at start and then you flip it once you break the huddle, you are able to do this with the running back and put him on unique routes as well. And then you could also do this with the boomerang plays, other auto motion plays that I probably am just forgetting about in this game that you could also do this with as well. You can do it with orbit motion plays, swing plays, potentially. That might be a little bit of a tricky avenue to navigate there, but you guys get the gist of this. I hope I explained that to the best of my capabilities for you, because once again, it's pretty complicated. Like I said, down below in the description, step-by-step process on how to do this. Without further ado, let's go ahead and showcase it for you guys here in practice mode. So I am gonna come out in motion cross post, but we're actually gonna audible into it like I mentioned from bunch tight end weak, just like we did yesterday. So let's go ahead and let's get it. So just like yesterday, I'm gonna go ahead here. We're gonna call bunch tight end weak. I have it on the right hash. We are going to flip our bunch X nasty or audible into our bunch X nasty, and that's going to flip it where the bunch X nasty will be on the wide side of the field. Also, by the way, make sure that any auto motion play that you want to audible into is in your audibles tab. Otherwise, you can't do this. So once again, there you can see, this is what we did yesterday, but I'm going to slow this down a little bit here for you guys. So when you go ahead and when you audible to the auto motion play that you want, the thing that you have to do immediately is hot route that auto motion player. And what that auto motion player is on, he gets slot receiver routes. So I'm gonna bring up the receiver tab here. I'm gonna click on any one of my slot receivers, and there you can see the hot route tree. Post, slant, corner drag, cross, short cross, which is what I like to do a lot, zig, return, and the inverted slot fade you can also do as well. When the audible animation hits, this is when I make the first hot route to that player that is on the auto motion. And when you audible him to any one of those 8 hot routes, or I guess 9 hot routes, not including streak, in, speed out, curl, or flat, that is going to go ahead and it will flip those routes, inverting them, turning them into one of the some of the more glitchiest routes in the game. So I'm gonna go ahead here and I am going to put the auto motion player, who will be Deion Sanders in this case. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put him on a post route, and let's see what happens when I put him on a post route. It turns him into a corner route, which isn't anything crazy. Now let's go ahead and put him on a slant route. Audible, push cross post, slant. There you can see he runs a slant out. This slant route can either be the best route in the game, or it can be the worst route in the game, and there's no in between. It either sucks terribly or it's great. It kind of runs like the old Y flat goal line route. Rest in peace. But yes, you can run a slant out. I would not recommend running this, honestly. It's more bad than good. Next up, let's do a corner route. So I bring up the audible menu, ball checks nasty, immediately audible corner. Well, that just turns him into a post route. Okay, nothing too crazy there. And now let's put him on a drag route. So I'm gonna go ahead, immediately put Deion Sanders on drag, audible into it, motion cross post, drag route. As you can see, he runs a drag. Oh, can't really see it. Can't really see it. There you go. He runs a drag out. And if I snap the ball, you can see he gets really, really good leverage, or he runs that route extremely, extremely quick. Next up, let's put Deion Sanders on a deep crossing route. We audible into motion cross post, deep crossing route. So we kind of have a little bit of a corner route here, but it takes a wide angle, and honestly, not a big fan of that either. That's easily switch stickable. I wouldn't recommend that route either. Now let's put him in what I like to do, the short crossing route, just like what we displayed for you guys yesterday. So motion cross post, short crossing route. And once again, this is absolutely lethal against everything. Nice knockout there by T.O. But short crossing route is what I like to do. It inverts it into basically the speed out route, which were super good in last year's Madden. Now let's put Deion Sanders on a Zig Route, okay, which is right on the D-pad. Audible into it, return route, or Zig Route. There you can see he gets the very glitchy return route. It inverts a zig, it cuts really, really short. It's a really nice check down option, as I should have thrown that instead of the drag, but that is what a Zig Route looks like. It turns into the very, very glitchy breaking or in breaking return route. And then lastly, we are gonna put Deion Sanders on a return route. This is also a very, very good option as well to do. So motion cross post, immediately put him on a return route. And there you can see he gets like the elongated, or the very, very glitchy return route, which was super good last year. It is also very good here today because it is just the way it develops over the middle of the field. It's super, super hard to guard. So there it is. That's the display. Oh yeah, and by the way, one more here, the slot fade. So audible into motion cross post, slot fade. He turns into an inverted slot fade. Pretty neat, right? Pretty neat. I don't really like to go to this all that much, really. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but it's an option for you. So the timing of this is incredibly important. If you audible too late, you will just end up getting normal slot receiver routes. You won't get those glitchy inverted routes. So let me display that for you guys here very quickly. If you motion him over when he gets past the center and you don't do the audible, then it's not going to invert the hot route. Let me display that here for you. So we're gonna audible into it. Deion Sanders, once again, he will be the motion player. I'm gonna wait. I try to do it, and there you can see I did it too late, and he's on just a regular Zig route. So we'll go back and do that one more time here. Once again, it's all dependent on where you hot route him is very key. Because if you hot route him too late, it will not invert the route. Auto motion here, I wait, and there you can see once he gets past the center, you can't put him on any of the inverted routes. He just runs a regular Zig route there, which is not what you want to accomplish with this. So you want to go ahead, and when you audible into the formation, you want to make sure you put him on the route that you want before he crosses the center. The motion cross post, cross the center, and there you can see the hot route happens. The short cross happens, and there you can see boom. So all is very dependent on that receiver and where he is positioned when he is flipping. If you hot route him when he gets past the center, it won't happen. It won't invert the route. So you have to do it before he gets to the center. Now you don't only have to audible into this. You can flip your play and do this as well. What I like to do is I like to run the spot HB underplay. I come out with it on one side of the field, I flip it to the other, and I'm still able to do this now
with my tight end.
What do you mean by that?
Let's showcase this for you guys here. So there you can see the tight end is on an auto motion. When I flip the formation and I audible him right away, you're able to get inverted tight end routes. So I bring up the tight end route tree, and I'm only gonna do this with just one route, and that's actually the corner route. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna flip the formation. I'm going to immediately put him on a corner route, and here's what happens. It turns it into the glitchy post route, which you can't even hot route. And you can see against man coverage, that post route absolutely fries. So once again, when that player travels to the other side of the field, that is when you immediately have to put them on that hot route when they are on that auto motion, like the tight end is here. Let's say I want to put them on the inverted drag route. Well, we can do that. Oh, look at that. The drag route. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's absolutely gorgeous. A drag out from the tight end. Actually a nice little pick route there for the running back on that crab route. I can go ahead and put him on a post route. And actually with the post route, I like to do this as well because it actually puts him on a normal slot receiver post route, which you can't get this because tight end corner routes are the sharp cutting corner routes. So now you have a steep corner route that you have from the tight end, which is once again very unique. Nice read by me. And then you could also, once again, put him on a slant route as well. Once again, would not recommend doing this because it's either the worst route ever. Right there, actually, it was not bad. It's either the worst or the best. No in between, like I said. We could put him on a return route, which there it is. There you can see the very, very glitchy, elongated return route there from the tight end. That's pretty dope, right? Look at that. That is nasty. That is so much better than a regular Zig route. It's pretty disgusting. And then, once again, you could put him on a Zig route, which means he'll get the glitchy Zig route just like that. And once again, since he is being flipped, and when we hot route him, he's technically aligned as a wide receiver, a slot wide receiver. That is how he is able to go ahead and get those routes, because he's not technically aligned as a tight end. He's aligned as a slot wide receiver. Like I said, this is where this gets a whole bunch of just nonsense, a whole bunch of confusion, because this really doesn't make sense why this is in the game. It really doesn't make sense why my tight end is a slot receiver here, but we're rolling with it, and it's absolutely amazing. And once again, my favorite hot route that I like to do with this is the corner route. That's actually once again going to put him on the very glitchy tight end corner route, tight end post route. That gets really amazing separation against man coverage. Obviously the tight end chips all the time. which is another can of worms I don't want to open up. But there you can see that is how you're able to do that with the tight end. And with this can be with any player, once again, who's traveling to the other side of the field. So it doesn't have to be a tight end, it could be a wide receiver. You just got to travel to the other side of the field for this to happen. And you remember when I said you can do this with the RPO alert as well? Well, you can. And this works with that as well, because you were able to go ahead and hot route on that play. So we're actually going to audible into it. Deion Sanders is the one who is on the auto motion. Can't see it because of my ugly face. We put him on a drag route, and there you can see the drag route inverts. Pretty nuts, huh? We can audible into it. We can put him on that speed out route as well, which is incredibly glitchy. Oh, that not against man coverage there. That was actually good defense by the CPU. Okay, no, the speed drag route's definitely better than that. So, but there it is, boys. There is the formation flip / audible into auto motion inverted hot route tactic, aka hot route glitch. I hope I displayed this the best of my ability for you guys. I hope you guys understand now the basic concept of how to do this. Now you can go ahead and apply this to your offense as well. There is a lot of plays that I do this out of here in Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not going to break down every one of them here in this video. That would take years to do. Go ahead, go experiment with your playbook, with your favorite formations, see which plays have auto motion, see which plays you can audible into where your auto motion flips to the other side of the field, thus giving you access to these amazing hot routes. And it can definitely open up your offense more than adding, you know, a basic round combination. Certainly can, because players online are really not going to know how to defend a lot of what you want to do when you use this tactic. If you guys have any questions regarding this, sound off in the comment section below. I am here to answer them. Once again, the step-by-step process visually is down below in the description of this video. Hopefully this helps you guys get better at the game. Hopefully you learned a thing or two about the game and how crazy it actually is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one. If you guys want to see more crazy, glitchy content like this, let me know down below. Until next time, I'm signing out. Peace. Hey, before you go, did you like what you saw in the video? If you did, consider leaving a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you really like what you saw, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell icon to be notified each and every single time a video goes live here on the channel. Here's a couple other videos on my channel that you might like. Thanks for tuning in.